Good morning. We are starting again. So we're going to be measuring this to this. And we will keep you updated. Bye. Tell people what you're doing, Kyle.
So this is going to be our front board. See, 2 inches thick. It's actually like 1.5 inches. We're going to rip it down one side, flip the board, rip it down the other side, so that way it's about 1 inch or so-ish for 2 boards, and then we'll stack them and we'll make our front board.
What are you using?
This is 2 by 6 by 8 foot white fir, I think is the type of wood. Are you putting it in a table saw? So we're using table saw to do the re-ripping because I don't have any kind of awesome other thing. I do wish I had a bigger blade. I've got a 10-inch blade, so it goes about 5 inches up one side and then 5 inches up the other side.
It's not the best, but it's working.
It works. Since we're covering it with vinyl, we're not too incredibly worried about how this looks because there will always be at least one good side. The bad side, quote unquote, goes on the outside generally, so that way it doesn't leave an uneven surface for the puppy nails to dig into. Yeah.
Okay, Kyle, what are you doing now?
About to drill the holes into the board so we can mount the 2 boards together. They're going to drill in at an angle. I use a thing called a Craig jig to do that.
A what?
A Craig jig. It's a pretty cool little thing that I guess cabinet makers use them originally, but it mounts on there like so, and then I drill down and it sets up your angles and everything. It's a pretty cool little thing.
Can't wait. So now Kyle's he's drilled the holes.
Looking for my screws.
Also in the puppy room.
Okay.
And then he's going to attach them. You're going to make sure the boards are nice and level. All you need is the drill, screws, the fun little doohickey. Yep. So the bonus of the little doohickey, whatever it's called.
My Craig jig?
His Craig jig. Is that now that we have the board, we can upholster it, and then if the puppies get a little too big, we can use the Craig jig on the additional board, and it will help us drill into this one easily, which is really cool.
Yeah, we'll basically be able to take another board, set it on top. We'll have our little, I think they're called like rabbit joints, I don't know, our little joints made, and then that way we can just screw down into it, end to end, and boom, we have a 3rd board added on top. Since these are about 5.5 inches thick each, we're right around 11 inches tall right now, so if we need to, we'll add another 6-inch board. We could even add an 8-inch board if we really want to bring it up to 18 or...
You know, for your
inches.
Great Danish puppies.
Yeah. Or however big we decide we need to go, depending on the size of the puppies that we have at the time. There will be a certain point where we'll just get it to a height, and that'll be the height that it will ever need to be.
Yep. We're gonna go upholster. So we cut the vinyl down with the mat and the slide cutter, whatever. And we measured it to fit around the board. So now Kyle is using the staple gun to wrap the nicer side with the vinyl fabric. And then you just get the staple gun, follow the instructions on the staple gun to load it so that it actually works.
She's poking fun at me.
And then, I didn't know. Yeah, so Kyle figured out some neat tricks to wrap the corners really nice, and don't be shy with the staples, but be reasonable. It's not too terribly hard, and it's very fun. It is very cathartic and loud, kind of loud.
I don't have anything to say.
So what are we doing now, Kyle?
Now we are attaching the front of the thing, this crazy thing we call a box.
What if somebody wanted to have a door for the puppies?
I could do that. So if that were going to be the case, the way I would probably do it is cut the top board to be shorter, so there would be only one board that goes the whole length, and then that board that's going the whole length, I would cut it to be the same length as the top board, so I could use the end piece, put a hinge on it, have a door with a little latch, so that way we could open and close it as needed. Or even you could do that with the whole thing, I guess. You could just put the whole thing, have 2 hinges on it, and then you could open and close it as you wanted.
You'd probably want to upholster them separately.
Obviously.
But We're fine with picking up puppies. It's not a big deal for us.
Yeah. We like to put them in a basket to transport them anyways.
And then when they're too big, it's fun to hold puppies.
Yeah. Because you can bear hug like 4 puppies at a time.
If you've practiced.
Even if
Don't
you
drop don't drop puppies.
Well, they're bouncy.
We do not support no dropping puppies. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna, so you've drilled holes in both of the attaching boards.
Hopefully. Yes. yes, I have. So we were gonna take, basically, my boards on the ends here already have my joints on the ends. So we're just gonna drive some screws going in that way, which will pull this up nice and tight, and it'll be done. Then we'll have to lay the flooring, which in retrospect we probably should have done the flooring first. Don't really know how we're going to lay the flooring out while we got this thing in here, and this thing's not going to move very easy.
And we'll just prop it up. It's not going to be as big a deal as he thinks.
It's a bigger deal than you think. But okay, that's fine. We'll figure it out. Yeah.
What do you say, Kyle?
So there it is. We have all of the sides and everything together. We did pull it out some so that way I could get to the sides of our other boards here. But it will just,
As you can see it,
slide right back into place like so. And that's our puppy pen. Sleeping area, playing, pooping area. Yeah.
we'll figure out the square footage sometime.
Big.
That's as much math as Kyle generally does.
It's more than 12.
More than 12. Yeah, and like Kyle said, I think we're going to be fine measuring and cutting the flooring after, but we'll let you know if that was a terrible mistake, because we are pioneers doing this so that it is easy for you to do. Also, we like the different colors, and we kind of wish we'd
planned out how to use alternating
planned out how it alternated better, but with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, we could have alternated it better. So,
yeah.
Cool. We will keep you updated. And this is Mama Doc. We've just figured out the reason she keeps offering her ballet to us is because she's like, okay, I adopt you. Here, have a suckle. She climbed in. It's like just the perfect height for her. We're very excited. We just finished putting the flooring in. Some things about flooring. Make sure you sweep gravel away from your cutting area. We moved our cars and used the driveway.
Because the flooring that we were given or had bought or whatever is 9 foot by 12 foot. This room is not big enough to really accommodate cutting a 9 foot by 12 foot. Even if it were empty, we wouldn't really be able to handle that. So we moved our cars out. We laid it out in the driveway. Great idea at first. I probably should have cleaned up the little clumps of grass that are growing up in the driveway, and then the gravel and stuff. There's a couple of spots that bubbled up a little bit because it had gravel. This is one right here. There was gravel under it, and then we stepped on it. It didn't poke holes, and it doesn't look like it's going to poke a hole. But things to think about.
Maintain your stuff. Yep.
And it also would have been so much easier to get this in here had we not had the frame, as we kind of expected that it would be. But we got it. It's here now.
So if you screwed up like us, you're okay. Just go slow.
Yeah,
so if you're starting,
think about things.
start with flooring.
Yeah.
We cut it about 6 inches extra, which ended up being about 3 inches in some places to either side because of how I did it.
Walk up and show like
But
that.
it worked out really well. We recommend giving yourself, cut a lot of extra so that you end up being able to cut it down to size and not short.
If you have to cut out a section like this, like we did, what we ended up doing, there's a couple of things to note about it. We cut basically a box out first. So we cut our longest outside measurements first. So the front and the side is what we cut. And so then that left us with this square. So then we cut our other piece out, and that left us a lot of reusable remnants, so to speak.
Yeah, we're excited.
We have this rectangle for a reusable. We have a strip off the side, and then a large piece from the front of it, which is all very reusable. We're thinking of things we can do for that. The corner here is a thing to note. We had to kind of hodgepodge it because I'm trying to reach my hand down in there to cut it. But you have to cut your corner at an angle so this side can roll up and so this side can roll up.
So that liquid doesn't seep underneath this stupid heavy thing that cannot be moved to clean.
This giant murder box.
It's a murder box.
And we patched it with duct tape so that way it still, is kind of covered and it'll work. We think we're confident that it'll be fine.
Painter's tape. always useful.
Yep.
Have some. We wrapped the mattresses with a drop cloth for $3 instead of going out and buying a $20 mattress cover. And used packing tape to wrap that sucker up, and that's worked great. So that way, if puppies splash, as puppies do, you can see Mama's like the perfect height to get out and in. It's great.
She was a little unsure at first, but she's figuring it out now.
I mean,
She's good.
peanut butter convinces many people of many things.
Yep.
So we are very excited. This is what it looks like in full,
Now,
with Kyle in the middle.
the last thing we're going to do, we're going to use probably some scrap wood, maybe some 2x4s, and either put a piece straight across here so that way we can have our bedding area separate from the rest.
I'm a little concerned because the puppies are so big and Mama needs to lay out fully for everyone to get a to eat.
And that is a fair point. So we're thinking rather than going straight across, we might come out to like about here and then go straight across, so we give them an extra, probably about a half a foot.
Yeah.
And we're using like 2x4s because we're separating, because puppies do like to have a designated, this is where we sleep. And then with the way that Mama Dog works, she's teaching them don't pee and poop where you sleep, because nobody wants that. That's not fun. And then that way they'll wake up, and puppies, just like people, wake up and have to go to the bathroom. So they wake up, they're going to walk out here, they're going to go to the bathroom, so we'll have this lined with puppy mats and bedding and various things for them to go poop and pee
You'll
on.
notice the icky section is closest to the door for easy access of cleaning.
For easy access
Just the
to
whole
cleaning.
point of this
The
nonsense.
whole point of this. And then this area where my
The
bed is,
food
will be
and
their play area
play
food
and-
everything else.
yeah.
It'll be amazing.
One of the neonate manager for the rescue we foster for Central Oklahoma Humane Society, her name's Janelle, and she's like, I'm going to tell you a thing. I figured out, once they're old enough to go outside, feed outside. The mess is then outside and already where it needs to be and easy to clean up
Yep.
versus inside of your house. But when they're too young to go outside, like right now,
Or when it's too rainy, like Oklahoma
yeah,
is.
and it's muddy and you don't want to go outside, this helps with that. I think she likes it. What do you guys think? What do you think, Mama? Yeah, you like it? She's such a doll. I found her, and she led me back to her puppies under the bushes where she had denned out. And she should have bitten my face off. It was a very harrowing tale. Instead, she is just the biggest love bug and loves to snuggle. So this is what you can get if you foster mom and puppies. You can get a snuggle bug of your very own and for puppies to hold. Yep. Cool. So we will keep you updated with the next steps, but this is what it looks like when it's done. The vinyl's easy clean. We're going to put newspaper, puppy pads, bedding down on top, and then you can pull that stuff out into a trash can, which you can keep.
And alternatively, speaking of vinyl and stuff, if you already have vinyl or tile or something that's not laminate wood that is also waterproof, then you don't have to worry about the flooring. The reason we're doing this is because we don't want to have to worry about our laminate flooring.
It didn't work out well.
Yeah, it kind of, if it's there for prolonged periods, a couple of hours, whatever, it kind of soaks in and bubbles up. And
Or
it's not the
or it
funnest thing.
adheres to the
Or
floor.
it adheres to the floor, or it soaks in between the cracks of the slats or whatever. So this will prevent all of that. But you don't have to worry about the floor if you have something that's already better and whatever.
Yep.
If you're not us. Yeah, so here we go.